when I watched the video on
On Chalmers?
Chalmers TED Talk. Well, no, I watched that, and then I watched an interview with him and Lex Friedman.
Mm-hmm.
And Lex asked him, what would it be easier to map, the universe or the mind?
Phil Phails at philosophy.
And I thought, obviously, like, you have to map the mind on the way to map the universe, which is what Chalmers said. Like, if you can't map the universe without mapping the mind, because it is a part of that whole.
Right.
But then I thought, what if the mind is the universe?
Mm-hmm.
What if that's it? Like, you can't have a universe without a mind. So when you map the mind, you map the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Because without the mind, there is no universe. Like, once I die, the universe is gone. We have these small snapshots of whatever this is that might exist after we're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it does. Everything doesn't go away. My grandpa's dead. I'm still here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we can't invalidate the notion that when we die, everything goes away, right?
We can't invalidate it.
Yeah, like that kind of what is a kind of almost like solipsistic view. Like everything is about my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm experiencing this world, and when I go, it's all gone. Like, and there's no way to make an argument that says that's definitely not the case, right? So we have to fall back more on kind of what's the more reasonable explanation. It's similar to this basic problem in the philosophy of mind of the problem of other minds. How do I know you have a mind?
Right.
Even if I accept that I have consciousness, how do I know that you have consciousness, right? Well, the way I know that you have consciousness is that you seem like, again, this is that first person, second person dilemma. Because the only evidence I have for consciousness directly is my own experience of consciousness. I never experience anyone else's state of consciousness.
I can't dip into your consciousness.
Right, I can't dip into your consciousness and say, oh yeah, that... Like,
and I create you like I create myself.
Right. And so there's all sorts of possibilities. Like, you have consciousness and it's very much like mine.
Which is how I do it.
Right. You have consciousness, but maybe your state of consciousness is completely different. And I think we get into that, like you begin to see that when people imagine, well, maybe all humans have consciousness, but would consciousness of some alien species be fundamentally different? And so like narratives like Arrival, or I'm watching Three Body Problem right now on net, which is really good on Netflix. And
I saw that.
It's playing with that as well. Like, this sort of misunderstanding that this alien species has of how humans work, right? That on a fundamental level, that experience of consciousness would be different. We could say that's probably true person to person. I have no fundamental evidence that the way you experience consciousness is anyway like mine, except through this kind of validation we get through language, right? You can describe what you're experiencing. I can take that and say, oh, that sounds like what I'm experiencing, but it's always mediated through our concepts and language, right?
Well, hold on. Would it be when Chalmers talks about consciousness, if I understood it correctly, he was saying you could even apply that to AI models, because for him, consciousness unfolds or is through data structures and the relationship of interpreting data. Once you have like the software, once you have that, once you have interpreting sensory input, some structure of analysis and discernment begins, and then that is where consciousness is revealed. If I understood it correctly, and I might not have.